Hi Ian, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, scientist. We're all good.
Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to Tier 3 of the Scientist Reverse Grid League Race in rounds 9 and 10, I believe. Scientist here, joined in the commentary box by Ian. Welcome
Yeah,
Ian, how you doing?
yeah, I'm good, man. It's good to be here. Looking forward to watching a couple of exciting races in Tier 3.
Yeah, so we start in Australia tonight, traditionally the season opener, and then we take a quick flight to Belgium for the second race. So I think this is only the second time I've commented on Tier 3. But what I can do while everything's loading up is I can give everyone an update on the championship standings because we've had some guys move on to Tier 2, some guys that have dropped out, and some new names on the grid there you can see on the right hand side.
Yeah, I'm doing the same, scientist. I'm just having a quick look at the Tier 3 info because I'm not too familiar with it myself.
Yeah, so, and I've just realised I've not posted the latest constructor standard, which isn't very helpful, but nevertheless, I think we can work it out. So the driver in the driver's D Bizzle is leading on 105 points, followed by Chickrun on 67. Posty, also known as Lord Seacroft, is on 59 points. And then we have Othniel, who is not racing tonight, in fourth. Ice in fifth on 40 points. Mitch on 35 points. Max, the seventh. Golden Pickle, who won one of the last races last time out, in eighth. GT Fanatic in ninth, and Eskimo rounding out the top 10. And just doing some quick maths, it looks to me like Red Bull are the leaders of the constructors in Tier 3 as we start the formation lap.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look at people's tyre strategies, and it looks like we've got Hosty in P5 starting on the mediums, and H Chapman down in P15 both starting on the mediums. Everyone else is on softs, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on. I think I commentated on a race with Infamous. I think it might have been Tier 3 last week, and Hosty he'd done some amazing stuff on those tyres. He made them last so long.
What would your call be for a race, like for a 25% race? Would you tend to go for the ultimate strategy, or try and make up as much positions as possible at the start?
I'm one of those ones. I'll usually start on the softs to make up the positions if I'm starting a bit further down the field. But
yeah, I think it depends. I think it sometimes depends on the nature of the circuit as well.
Yeah. And what we've come to realise as well, by racing 25% races myself as well, that there's no need for hard tyres. To be honest, even if you could start on the softs, even if a safety car comes out lap 2 or 3, put the mediums on, you're good till the end.
Yeah, more often than not.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with Hosty and H Chapman on the mediums.
Yeah, so H Chapman and Seb Mail both making their debuts in Tier 3 tonight, so welcome to those guys.
Yep,
We've got Daddy Pig standing in again in the Ferrari for remove.
Oh yeah, just noticed.
Looks like Chapman has left the session.
He's got maybe connection issues.
Let's hope he can rejoin and we can take control of his car. Hopefully Chaffee's on hand to help him with that.
Yeah. Typical Codemasters.
We've seen that a few times. Someone lose a connection on the formation lap as we'll have five lights going out.
The little delay.
Chapman's car's bolted. There we go. That's a few times we've seen that happen. And away we go.
Yeah, that has happened a few times. I don't know what it is that causes that. At least a few cars running. Yeah, I just noticed that turn 1. Some bumping and bashing going on.
So let's ignore the fact that Chapman's got an 11-second head start on the field. Mini Daniels managed to keep P1 effectively. Hosty has already made up a position on those medium tyres past Golden Pickle. And I think Ice, who started in the midst of the top 10, he's fallen all the way to the back, so he must have been one of those guys that ran really wide. And we've got Eskimo now falling back a few places.
Hosty has managed to get up into P3 already, so he's looking like he's not going to have any issues running on the harder of the compounds. They're side by side with Golden Pickle.
And something's happened to Bizzle, the championship leader. He's down at the bottom of the field. So I missed that on my feed. I don't know if you caught it, Ian.
No, I didn't. I was on board with Hosty. Doesn't look like he's got any front wing damage, so maybe just a spin. We got Chikrin making a place up on Mitch there.
Yeah. Oh, and Chikrin's run wide, and his alpha teammate is going to get a position on... actually, it was a Max C that ran wide, and Chikrin managed to pass his teammate, so... Opportunist move from Chikrin there. We'll be happy to see his early championship rival Bizzle fall the way back. Chance to score some big points here today.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be in the back of his mind as well. Probably not thinking about it so much during the race.
Yeah, but the nature of the reverse grid, it swings one way, from one race to the next in terms of the point score. So
yeah, it's an awesome way to keep the championship nice and tight.
Yeah. But a relatively clean couple of laps, and Chapman has been able to rejoin the session, which is good to see. So hopefully he can retake control of his car, which is still ghosting at the moment. But Mini Daniel looks like he's absolutely flying. He's setting fastest laps, and has pulled out nearly a couple of seconds on Golden Pickle.
Yeah, he's not messing about, Mini Daniels, tonight. Got Golden Pickle will be pushing hard, trying to close the gap.
We've got a racing point at the back that's spun round. That's epic. And he's got front wing damage. By the look of it, the left end plate is off his front wing.
Was the fast chicane, yeah?
I think it's that section that you maybe ran a little bit wide, got in the grass and spun and hit the barrier. And that's not brought out a virtual safety car, surprisingly. Usually those...
I'm just going to stay on board with Epic just now, just to see if he decides to go on to the mediums or the hards. What have we got happening
Chapman has now been overtaken by Golden Pickle and Mini Daniel, so Mini Daniel's now got the official race lead. And Pickle is all over the back of Chapman. So I wonder when Chapman regained control of his car, he maybe lost a couple of positions, but Chapman's on the medium tyres and he
runs a bit wide. Manages to keep it all together. The Hosty's going to take advantage of this now.
Oh yeah.
Going to try it from the outside into the fast chicane.
Oh.
No, he thinks better of it. Chapman will just be trying to defend now.
So Epic has switched onto the medium tyres after his pit stop. And Mitch...
Oh yeah, I was just going to say Mitch is all over the back of Max.
And he's going for it. Dive bomb, brilliant. That was clean.
And we got Max coming in the pits.
I wonder if he's got damage, which is maybe why he pitted, but that was a nice move from Mitch, nonetheless.
Yeah, that was lovely, nice and clean. So we got King S, King S and Butler gaining places because Max is in the pits. GT Fanatic also in the pits.
And Chikrin now making a move on Chapman, so Chapman struggling on these medium tyres. But to tell you what, Hosty is looking really strong on his mediums in third place. When he pits, he'll be on the softs and he'll just go flying on those towards the end of the race.
Yeah, I think he'll be on for like the fastest lap towards the end of the race when he puts a softer compound on.
So we've got a few guys in the pits there. We've got GT, we've got Daddy Pig Jr. and Seb Mail coming out.
Wayne Bennett all over the back of Mitch now, going through the fast chicane. You'll have a DRS on him coming up to the final section. It's all nice and tidy so far, 4 laps in, no major incidents.
Butler's pulled off a move on Eskimo, coming down the DRS straight there, just caught the end of it. Golden Pickle meanwhile is right in the gearbox of Mini Daniel, and he's going to have DRS I think coming out of turn 1 and 2. Will he pull the move off down into turn 3? Thinks better of it just now, biding his time. And Hostie's not far behind those two guys as well. He's doing well to keep up with the soft runners in front.
Yeah, he's doing good on those medium tyres. I remember the last time I commentated on his racing, I couldn't believe how long he went on the tyres.
Yeah. But don't count out Chickrun, don't count your chickens, because Chickrun is right behind Hostie as well. So, and Pickle's gone wide. Pickle's made a mistake, and that's handed Hostie P2.
He's also picked up a penalty there by running wide.
Yeah, I was on board with Chickrun, and I just saw Pickle on the right-hand side of my screen there. So that gives Mini Daniel a bit of breathing room, but now we've got essentially a freeway battle here between Chickrun, Pickle and Hostie. Sorry, and you were saying? Yeah,
I was just going to say Chickrun is right up the gearbox of Hostie, going to be looking for any way past. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. The three of them are quite seems to be gaining on a bit on Mini Daniels out front.
Yeah, maybe the soft tyres are beginning to cry out for.
We've got Wayne Bennett still in the DRS zone of Mitch, down to 0.4 of a second. He's going to be looking for any way past that he can. DB Coop in the pits. So all the drivers that have got penalties so far is only 3 seconds.
That's pretty good considering Australia's pretty bad for a corner, well particularly the high speed chicane section that Wayne Bennett's going through right now.
Yeah, I always find that a little bit tricky.
Yeah, it's very easy to run wide and lose it at that section.
Yeah, I think that's the corner that always gets me at this track. Just put the wheel on the grass on the outside and it just sends you into the wall on the inside.
Yeah.
So we've got...
Yeah, and...
got Hostie's got the gap down to 1.1 seconds to Mini Daniels.
I must say, Ian, this is one of the most sedated races in this league I've seen so far.
I know, they're all keeping it not too clean, but all nice and clean. There's no major incidents happening. There's been no big crashes. It's refreshing to see.
Well. So Eskimo's in the pits for a change onto the medium tyres. So you'll drop down the order a few places, but a lot of other guys will need to pit. All the guys on the soft tyre will switch to the mediums.
Oh, we've got a safety car.
Oh, hello. Well, just as I've said that it was a bit sedate. And Epic is a DNF for Epic in the racing points, so I wonder if he had an accident that's brought...
Yeah, it looks like he's lost it just at the exit of turn 1 and 2, the fair chicane.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, maybe not, is that a different car on track? Looks to be a car stopped on track.
I'm on board with Seb Mail, he's going through turn 1 and 2 at the moment. Doesn't appear to be any sign of a racing point. I immediately went to the fast section that we're talking about where it's very difficult to cover. Now is the time to pit for the front runners, so Mini Daniel and Hostie and Chickrun. And there's damage! Pickle, there's damage for Pickle. I think...
Front wing damage coming into the pits.
Pickle went into the back of Chickrun coming into the pits, by the look of it. And that's going to cost Golden Pickle a ton of places here, I think. A lot of time to change the front wing. And the only danger with everyone pitting under the safety car is sometimes you can get held up in your own box because you have to let cars through the pit lane. That happened to me in one of the Tier 1 races. I think it was in Suzuka. I lost a couple of places because everyone pitted under the safety car.
Yeah, it's a bit of it's so frustrating when that happens. But like, it's just one of those things, I suppose. Also, when there's a safety car, you need to pay attention to where your teammate is as well on track, because there's nothing worse than going into the pits and you're double stacked and then you have to wait and then you get held up leaving.
Exactly. So this is going to really benefit Hosty, who's come out on fresh soft tyres, and he can just keep them up to temperature and not wear them out. And he will. It does look like the race is in his hands now. His to lose, isn't it? With all due respect to Mini Daniel, with Hosty being on the faster rubber.
Yeah, he's going to have his work cut out to try and keep Hosty behind him. Be interesting to watch this unfold.
Let's keep an eye on the soft runners further down the field as well. With the field all bunched up, we could see a lot of positions change in the next few laps on the safety car restart.
Yeah, it looks like the King Eskimo, DB Coupe and D Bizzle have all done 2 stops, so they've already done their mandatory tyre change, and now I think they're back on the softs.
Yeah, they've got nothing to lose, have they, by doing that?
No, there's a prime position though. It's basically, this is just going to be a 5-lap sprint race to the finish. So we look through the positions. Hosty's up.
Safety cars staying out for another lap.
3 places. Check Run's up 3. Mitch up 5. Wayne Bennett's up 4 places. Butler's a big gainer from all of that. He's gained 10 positions up to P7. H Chapman up 6. GT Fanatic up 3. And Seb Mail up 2.
Yeah, Butler started right at the back after incurring a penalty from a previous race that we termed the Butler fly effect. So there's a little reference there that Butler was looking for. Basically, what happened was he outbraked himself and went smashing into Chip Run. It was just such an unfortunate incident, but lesson learned.
Yep.
But
yeah, it's easily
he's
done.
redeemed himself so far, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's an awesome drive from Butler. He's probably going to get Codemasters Driver of the Day. Got Oatmeal rejoining the session. He must.
Oatmeal. He had his porridge. Yeah, so he'll be able to join the next race in Belgium.
Just watching everyone frantically weaving, trying to keep heating their tyres. Hopefully the safety car will be in at the end of this lap and we can get racing again.
I think so. The field's all bunched up now, hasn't it? So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see when Mini Daniel will now become the de facto safety car. So it'll be interesting to see when he decides to floor it and try and build up a gap to Hosty.
Jumped on board with Mini Daniels just to see how he does the safety car restart. I'm never really in the position to do the restart from safety car. I'm usually a bit further down the field.
It can be tricky. You really have to judge when you think the safety car is going to get to the pits, because if you go too early, the rev limiter will kick in and you'll get bogged down.
He's left a plenty big enough gap as it looks like he's about to go coming out of this final chicane.
Safety car's going through the pit entry now, so I think he'll floor it coming out of the final corner.
Yep, and Hosty's not letting him get one up on him here.
He's still not going. I thought he would have floored it by now.
Yeah, I don't know. You've got
to floor it, Daniel. You've got to floor it now, mate. Oh, now he's gone.
That was one of the weirdest safety car restarts I've seen.
But ironically, I think Mini Daniel might have got away with it.
Yep, I think he has. He was in the prime position there to bolt out of the first corner of the last chicane.
And that might have taken Hosty by surprise, but we've got A Mercedes making a move at the back on the Haas of Pickle.
Mitch and Golden Pickle
side
battling.
by side. Oh, and Mitch gets really wide there. Pickle gets away with that. And well done to the lads for not picking up any safety car penalties as well, so that's impressive.
Yeah.
You know how easy it is to do that. Something's happened to Chapman, he's fallen right down to the back.
Yeah, I just noticed it looked like he was in the pits a minute ago.
And DB Coop and I think that's GT Fanatics side by side.
Yeah.
Coop was down around about 14th, I think, at the safety car restart, so he's already made up a few places on the soft
Minnie
tires.
Daniels has
and
retired.
Got a yellow flag.
He's lost it in a fast chicane.
Oh no! And that has handed the race win. Handed the lead to Hosty on a silver platter.
That is so unfortunate, man. It's easy. That's the corner. Everyone that's raced this track, they know how tricky that is.
We've got another safety car, Ian.
Is it a full safety car we've got?
Yeah, it is. I've just seen it on the board there, full SC.
Oh yeah, full safety car. Well, I don't think I think it maybe stay out for a lap. I can't see it staying out for too long.
We've got Wayne Bennett, and we've got Wayne Bennett in the pits. He's been in the wars. He's going onto the soft tyres, so he didn't pick up any damage, so I think he's just making a gamble and going on the soft tyre.
It looked like I think he was already on the softs, but I think he's just pitted to put fresh softs on.
No, he was on the medium. He was on the mediums, so he started on the softs, went on the mediums, and I think he's just taking a gamble here to go on the faster tyre towards the end of the race. So
this is
sacrificing track position there.
It's going to level the playing field back out now. Everyone that's got penalties will be panicking.
And look at that, Butler up to 5th now, so he's gained another couple of positions.
Yeah.
Obviously with Minnie Daniels' retirement. And I think it was, I think it might have actually been Wayne who was up in the midst of the top 5 or 6 positions, so we'll have to see if that gamble pays off.
Yeah.
But
Minnie
the guys
Daniels,
to look out for.
He'll be absolutely kicking himself right now.
Yeah, that's a shame. So let's keep it. I think it's worth keeping an eye on DB Coop and King Eskimo, who are the next soft runners after Hosty. And let's have a look at the safety car. The lights are still flashing, so I think we're going to get another lap here.
Yep, looks like another lap.
Must have been a pretty big accident to have another lap under the safety car. So Ian, how do you think this race has panned out then? What do you think is going to happen at the safety car restart?
It's anyone's game now. I think it'll be close between the top 3. And Golden Pickle, I think Golden Pickle's penalty is going to come back to bite him now with this late safety car. That could play into Butler's hands and Mitch behind him. It's been an interesting race so far though, Scientist. It's been good.
It has. It's been really good to watch, really interesting. And even with the relative lack of incidents that we tend to normally see in a race like this, it's been very, very entertaining, I think. And Australia is one of those tracks where the crazy can happen. Even in real life, it's always an entertaining Grand Prix to watch, because nobody really knows how quick the cars are, because it's the first race of the season, but
yeah,
in this league the car performance is equal, so it's really down to the driver. So the guy that'll be, I think Chikran will be relatively happy with this drive, considering Bizzo's still out of the points. I don't think he'll realise that, but Hosty has looked strong in the few races he's raced in Tier 3. And
safety car in this lap, Scientist.
Yeah. So Hosty is really bunching the pack up now, so he isn't messing about. Weaving left to right, building up the temperature on the tyres. And he is like the safety car go, so I think he might bolt even earlier than Mini Daniel, like much earlier.
Yeah, I think he's got a bit of a plan in mind here.
Yeah, and it looks like he's flooring it now.
He's gone.
The safety car is in the pit lane, he is gone. Even before the final corner.
He's already out of the DRS of Chikrin
He's
behind.
built up, that's insane, over a second already.
He's played that to perfection there.
And look at Pickle here making a move. And Chikrin, and they hit each other, and Chikrin's off! Oh,
Mitch gained a place up to P3 now due to that.
And that was a desperate move from Pickle, I think, because he knew because he had the penalty, I think, as well. Chikrin, thankfully, doesn't have any damage to his car, but he will be raging in that cockpit.
So now we've got a battle heating up behind now between Butler, Max, GT, Fnatic and DB Coupe. They're trying to catch on to the front four. Just over 2 laps to go left in this Grand Prix, so this is going to be an exciting last couple of laps.
Oh, and there's a collision between the McLaren and the Alpha, and Coupe has got past GT Fnatic, so GT ran into the back of Maxi by the look of it, and has got a damaged front wing, and DB Coupe now will be chasing down Max, and Chikrin is already catching up to the back of Mitch. It's all kicking off now,
yeah,
Ian.
Yeah, it definitely is. Chikrin less than a second behind Mitch. But all this time, everyone's battling. Hosty's just driving away with this. 1.8 seconds a gap to Golden Pickle, who has a 3-second penalty.
And Coupe has got past Maxi. So Coupe has already made up 2 positions, and with just under a couple of laps to go, he's hunting down Butler, and we've got Bizzle now making a move on GT on his damaged McLaren.
Kicking off now, 2 laps to the end. Oh, Wayne Bennett's retired from a session. Oh, it looks like he's retired in the pits. I thought he had lost it there, so that won't bring out any VSCs in it.
Yeah, we got the yellow flag. I have to say, to Pickle's credit, he's slightly eating into Hosty's gap. I thought it would have been much larger than that, but it's about 1.6 seconds. That's not too bad. But obviously, the penalty is not going to do many favours. Well,
it looks like he could be pulling out a bit of a gap to Mitch behind, so he could possibly.
Yeah.
This penalty might not actually affect the end result.
Yeah, that would be really impressive then if that's the case. I think that's what he's trying to do.
It does look like he's out of.
And Coupe has got past Butler. I missed that on my feed, but Coupe has jumped 3 places on the safety car restart.
Got H. Chapman in the DRS of Seb Mail looking for a move down the inside into turn 1. Tucks back in behind him. A little bit of contact from a car behind there. It's battles going on all over the track now. King Eskimo's right on the back of GT Fnatic.
Yeah, Bizzle's another guy who's made up places and got past Max C, so I think Max and GT, with their coming together, they've both compromised each other a little bit.
Just jump on board with Chikrin and see if you can do anything to get past Mitch in the last sector. So Hosty's got this one in the bag. Awesome drive from him again.
We've got a yellow flag and Chapman has spun round. And Max has got past Bizzle, so Bizzle's maybe had a mistake. But Hosty comes round the final corner and takes the win in Australia. Golden Pickle made up the gap. He made up the gap he needed to claim P2. Mitch gets on the podium in P3. I just realised he's in the wrong car. He should be in a Red Bull. So, well, the rules dictate that's an automatic DQ, so that's unfortunate. Anyway, we'll deal with that after. Chick run, it just occurred to me there, he should be in a Red Bull.
It looks like both the Red Bulls.
Oh no, actually, my bad. I'm talking shite, mate. He is in America. Ignore me. Fuck's sake. I just realised. I apologise to Mitch. I'm talking absolute bollocks. God's sake. Yeah, it's Coop in the Red Bull and...
Butler gets driver of the day. We saw that coming. Starting 17th.
Coop and Bizzle are the Red Bull drivers. Jesus Christ. It's because Mitch raced in a Red Bull before in Tier 3. That's why I'm getting confused. Anyway, apologies. Butler driver of the day. Well done to Butler.
Yeah, well done to all the drivers there. Hosty getting a win. Strategy worked out for him. Not a pro. I think he's one of those drivers that he could be on the hard tyres and he'd still get a decent lap time in.
Absolutely. So a Haas, a Racing Point and a Merc on the podium. Stranger things have happened. Maybe we'll see Mick Schumacher up there one day, but maybe not in a Haas.
Yeah, that was an awesome...
I don't even want to comment on Mazepin, anyway.
Well, that was it for Australia, so if we'll be back in about 5 minutes, we'll get underway with the next 25% at Belgium.
Absolutely. Has your race results screen loaded up yet?
Yep.
I've got... Oh, there we go. Oh, and I've missed it. I'll get on the feed anyway. So I'm going to leave the party chat and set up the grid.
Right, no worries. I've just turned my audio off for the stream so they don't hear any people talking shit.
No worries. Right, Ian.
Alright, scientist.
Welcome to Spa-Francorchamps. One of the best racing circuits in the world.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big long track, plenty of places to go for overtakes, long straights.
Who will make it out of Eau Rouge and Radion alive? Or La Source, indeed, which is always a bone of contention.
There's so many corners at this track you can get it wrong so bad. But it's such a fun track to drive.
So I'm glad to say that I survived getting disconnected for the first race, so that's good.
Yeah.
But we're in for what looks like another dry race in Belgium.
Yeah, I'm sure all the drivers will be relieved about that. Nobody wants a wet race from Spa.
Indeed.
And if they do, they've got something wrong with them.
So we're joined on the grid by Othniel and the AlphaTauri and Bulltex, well, and the Williams who missed the first race, but they've been able to join for this one. So we've got a couple of extra guys on the grid, which is good to see.
Yep, it looks like maybe Daddy Pig disconnected there for a minute. Oh no, it's formation, that's why he ghosted, my bad.
Oh, and Chapman getting wide on the formation lap. Or maybe he wants a little bit of green on his tyres, and he's just disqualified from the formation lap as I said that.
So he'll be sitting on the grid now, letting his tyres go nice and cold.
Yeah. I'm getting a nice view of the marshals here in my feed. They're all in sync with one another, moving their heads at the exact same time. Quite entertaining to watch. We've got some, and in the background, if you were to see, I'm on board with Chappie, and I'm just looking at the marshals. They're all looking round at the dignitaries above them. I don't know who that is. There's a very shady hooded figure up there.
Yeah, I did notice that when I was on board with him, but now I know I'm on board with somebody else that won't let me go back.
You can always check it out on my feed later, but yeah, quite a shady bunch of characters there.
See what the tyre strategies are.
And it looked like the marshals are all from the same gene pool there as well.
So we've got...
So yeah, the tyre strategies, what have we got then, Ian?
Golden Pickle, Hosty, Wayne Bennett, Minnie Daniels and Oatmeal all starting on the mediums. Everyone else starting on the softs.
So Hosty likes this alternate strategy, doesn't he?
Yeah, it seems to work in his favour every time he pulls it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting, like you said, the reverse grid format, that you might have had a rubbish first race, but it could all go your way in a second with a reverse grid.
Exactly. So the two Ferraris on the front row, when was the last time we saw that, Ian?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Well, let's see what 2021 brings us. Will Carlos Sainz win his first Grand Prix? Or will Charles Leclerc outperform him? That'll be interesting to see. But in this case, we've got Chapman making his debut in Tier 3 tonight, and Daddy Pig, who is not a regular full-timer, but standing in for Remove tonight, keeping his seat warm for him.
Yep. It's good to see Daddy Pig on the grid racing as well.
Another thing I like about this track, if you look at the minimap, it looks like an Uzi 9mm. So here we go. 5 red lights.
Another slow getaway from a lobby.
And thankfully not a jump start from an AI controlled car.
Oh, I'm away.
We are away.
I've got to give it to Codemasters for having so many problems with
one game. Oh, the dive bomb from the Ferrari! And Daddy Pig
little bit.
And Chapman, look at that.
And are they going to go side by side through? And Daddy Pig gets a move done. So H. Chapman's lost out there to Daddy Pig at the start. He's got...
Well, Bonotto will be biting his nails on the pit wall watching that.
Oh, looks like some incidents behind, some contact, maybe some missing end plates.
And it's Bizzle, who is right at the back, and Chickrun. There's an end plate flying across the circuit. So, who's lost out in that? So, D. Bizzle and Othniel are right at the back, and Wayne Bennett.
I can tell you that...
Mini Daniel's made up a lot. Oh, and the two Renaults side by side. Mini Daniel got the better of that exchange. He's made up a lot of places on the start, and look at Hosty.
Yeah,
and
I was
Pickle,
just about
fact,
to say, Hosty's up 5, Mini Daniel's up 6. Golden Pickle's up 8 positions.
That's insane. And Ice has got past Chapman, going for Blanchimont. Daddy Pig has made the perfect start. He's nearly 3 seconds ahead.
Yeah, he's not messing about here in race 2. He's sent it off the line.
We've got a McLaren and the Mercedes going side by side into the bus stop. Get the switch back. Oh, and Max has lost it.
Oh, I've just seen Max that in the background.
And that's another place gained for Hosty.
I'm on board with H. Chapman at the moment. He's not letting Ice get away from him. He's still within the second. Don't forget, DRS doesn't activate until lap 3, so it's all about trying to keep within that zone so that when it activates...
I think Seb Neal made a mistake coming out radio on, and Pickles got past him without DRS there. That was simply capitalising on a mistake there.
You got Mitch right behind, and GT Fanatic. It's going to be a heated battle, I think, for the race.
And Hosty going side by side with GT now, and Hosty gets past him, going down.
Looked like GT might have run a bit wide there and got a penalty. And he's missing an end plate off of his wing as well, GT Fanatic, so that might be causing him a bit of issues.
I wonder what happened to Mini Daniel. He's lost a few positions as well.
Yeah, well, Mini Daniels is still... He's still up 2 from where he started.
Oh, and there's a crash. We've got DNF. Max C. He's done what Giovinazzi did in the race earlier this season. Almost the exact same spot where there was that crash between George Russell and Giovinazzi. And we've got a safety car. And that was a big accident for Max C. And that's unfortunately the end of his Grand Prix.
So this is when
will we see pit stops?
I think we will see pit stops, but this is a one now because it's a...
Sorry to interrupt you, and there was a late call from Ice. He was just about to turn down the start-finish straight, and then sharp right turn to head into the pit straight to the pit entry. So Ice, who was in P2, has gone to the pits. Daddy Pig and Chapman have opted to stay out, and I have to say that's not a good call from those guys.
I think if you're, I would say if you're on the softs, they should have probably pitted and put the mediums on. But it's when you're on the mediums, that's a dilemma you get. If you've started on the mediums, I don't think the softs would go 8 laps round here. And if they did, they'd be on their last legs by the end of it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So I noticed a couple of guys here on the hard tyres, so that's Bulltex and Eskimo. So Eskimo's, I think, just pitted there.
But they'll be in a prime position though. But if they've pitted for the hards, so the top 6 have still to pit. I don't know why none of the top 6 have pitted under the safety car. But it's going to liven the race up for us watching.
So Ian, Hosty has gone onto the soft tyres. He started on the medium, so he thinks he can get to the end.
Well, if there's anybody on the grid that probably could make him last, it'll be Hosty. I personally wouldn't go on to them.
Basically, so just looking at that, everyone in the top 6 is not pitted, but everyone else has.
Yeah.
So I'm quite curious about the hard tyre runners. So, speaking from experience, in the Tier 1 race that I did in France, when I pitted and went on the hard tyres, I got them to the end and won the race, and I found they were really, really good.
Yeah.
So, speaking from my own experience on a different track, but maybe Bulltex and Eskimo could make light of this situation here. Given that the field's all bunched up, it was under similar conditions in that race in France, but anyway.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see now that we've got all 3 tyre compounds are out on track, so it'll be good to see how everybody compares. And
let's see if any of the top 6 decide to pit.
I think they're going to have to. It's a free pit stop, basically.
Yep. So let's see if the 2 Ferraris jump in.
No.
That's incredible. And neither does Pickle, neither does Bennett. Butler does pit. Ice carries on, so Butler is the only one that's opted to pit. I think that decision's going to really bite the 2 Ferraris in the backside come later on.
Yep, I'm baffled to why now it's only the top 4 that have stayed out. I can kind of understand if you're on the mediums, maybe stay out and hope for another late safety car, put the softs on.
I think that's what there must be gambling on or betting on another incident that will lead to a virtual or a full safety car. That can only be the rationale, but yeah, well, we'll wait and see how it pans out.
Yeah.
But at the moment, Osty is the first of the guys who have pitted for soft tyres.
Yeah, I'm just looking at position changed so far, and now we've got Golden Pickle is up. He's running in P3 just now, not pitted, but he's up 10 places. Wayne Bennett behind him is up 11 places. He started on P15, but they've both still got to pit. So maybe that's why they're gambling, because he did start quite far down the field. So maybe they will be hoping for a late incident and another free pit stop.
Exactly.
Hosty's up 7 spots, Mitch is up 4, Oatmeal's up 8, and Bull Tex King is up 6 positions. Looks like everyone's bunched up now, so hopefully the safety car will come in at the end of this lap. I'm just
Daddy Pig has got Daddy Pig, GT Fanatic and Mini Daniel have all got 3 second time penalties at the moment. And indeed the safety car's in at the end of this lap, so the lights have gone out. And Daddy Pig will want to adopt the same strategy that Hosty did in the last race in Australia. So he needs to bunch the field up. He's actually legged it a little bit. He needs to bunch that field up a little bit more.
Yeah, I think maybe he'll be trying to slow down now coming out of the final chicane. As long as he lets safety
right behind the safety car.
This is not going to go well.
No, it's not. And there's going to cause a bottleneck, and
yeah, there's incidents behind now because
collisions. Oh, and there's a big collision with one of the Alpha Tauris, I think.
So if you're unfamiliar with the safety car in this game, it is if you don't leave a big enough gap, basically the game slows you until the safety car's past the line, and it can cause carnage sometimes.
So everyone files through Eau Rouge, no problem, and we've got Off Neil getting past his teammate in the Alpha Tauri at the end of the Kemmel Straight.
It looks like everybody's had quite a clean restart. Sorry, scientist.
Yeah, no, I was just saying Mitch has also got past Seb Mail, so...
Yeah, Golden
one
Pickles.
Alpha Tauri goes... Oh, and Wayne Bennett's lost a few positions to Ice and Pickle, I think. Or no, maybe... Oh, and
Yep, and Hosty's going to get past him now. He's under pressure from about 3 cars.
Oh, there's a bit, and Wayne Bennett's gone wide. There was a coming together between Othniel, and we've got another yellow flag, and that's GT Fanatic falling down the order.
Wayne
and there's
Bennett.
a Red Bull on the wall. Bizzle's on the wall. Front wing damage, an absolute disaster of a race for D. Bizzle. He's been at the back of the field for the whole race pretty much, and has now got damage to his car. And look at Pickle. Pickle's going to take the lead of the race. He swiped round the outside of Daddy Pig, going through Blanchimont.
Nice, that's a brave move. So you'll just be trying to know to build that gap up though. Don't forget I think they've all still, yep, they've all still at a pit now. That's Golden Pickle's pit window has just opened.
And the 2 Ferraris are still staying out. That's incredible.
Yep, so there's the top 3 that have all still got the pit.
And Ice has got past Chap going into Eau Rouge. Out the Camaradio, and Hosty is right on the back of the Ferrari, and also following him is Mitch in the Mercedes. And we've got Hosty pulling off a move on Chapman.
I backed out of it, didn't want to risk getting any damage or risk a collision.
You might try it down into the right-hander here.
H. Chapman's doing a good job of keeping him behind for the moment.
And I think he's got to. I think Hosty also should keep in his mirrors Mitch, who's really closing in on him on the medium tyres as well. So that's impressive. As they go through 2-on. And what did we say? Remember we talked about the hard tyre guys. Bultex King is up into 8th place after pitting early on for the hard tyres, so that has paid off nicely for him. Although having said that, he just picked up a 3-second time penalty and is being chased down by DB Coop.
I think the commentator's curse definitely does carry over into video games.
Oh! And we've got Hosty pulling off a move on Chapman through Blanchimont as well. And
nice
he gets it done. Will Chapman come back up into the bus stop?
The inside.
He does.
Oh, missed.
That's a throw. And Hosty gets the better exit, which is on the racing line. And now that might put Chapman at risk of an overtake from Mitch.
So that's Hosty up into a podium position though from starting quite low down on the grid. Still looking at the pit stops, and it is only H. Chapman and Golden Pickle left the pit.
And Daddy Pig has pitted, and I'm on board with Othniel, and the Alpha Tauri is 3 wide. And there's a collision between Mitch and Chapman and Othniel. They're all 3 of them.
There's nothing Othniel could have done about that there.
Mitch clipped the back of Chapman's wheel, and Othniel just went right into him. And look at Bultex, as Barlocks might say, Bultex is clapping his hands because he's up into P4.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I was on board Othniel there for that incident, so yeah.
Yeah,
I think the simple case of late on the brakes, a day late and $1 short.
Yeah. So now we've got Golden Pickle's got that lead up to almost 5 seconds, but he's still to make a pit stop. So that's going to promote Ice and Hosty and Bultex going into the podium positions. And Golden Pickle stays out.
And DB Coop, very late on the brakes, misses the racing line altogether there, but keeps it within the confines of the circuit. He was closing Bultex at a rapid rate, and he's within DRS. He might well fancy his chances into Camel Straight here.
Check run's got a move done. Oh no, DB Coop got it back.
And Hosty now going to get past Ice here fairly easily.
DRS down this straight.
Bit of lag, but job done.
Easily done. Wayne Bennett setting a fastest lap of 1:45.7. And D Bizzle 144.9 straight after.
So those guys have obviously got a bit of clear air in front of them to be able to pump those lap times in, and off Neil gets through past Chick Run. Little tap of the wing, and Chick Run is now getting...
Yeah, he's going to come under pressure now from
by Daniel.
Many Daniels and GT Fanatic.
We've got a few more penalties popping up now, and I think Ice was one of those guys that got a 3-second time penalty. So Posty, once again, is he seems to be the Sergio Perez of the field in the tyre management, doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Does a good job at managing them. Looking at the gaps, we've got Mini Daniels down to 0.2 coming down the final chicane.
He's going
Sends
for
it down the inside.
That is a beautiful move from Mini Daniel.
Nicely done. Oh, and he's spun it too early on the power.
I have to stop complimenting these guys because he's lost it, for goodness sake. Oh, I better shut up now. Oh, that was such a beautiful move. Oh, he got on the power too early there, didn't he? That's
just
really
a
sad.
Touch too early and lost the back end. So now I've got DB Cooper's going to be in the DRS of Oatmeal.
Great battles on track. And that's going to be a fairly straightforward move. And oh no, Ice is out the race. Ice was in P3, wasn't he?
Yep, he's lost it at the end of the Kennel Straight.
Oh, that's an unusual place to lose it. Was he having a confrontation with another driver maybe that we didn't catch? But either way, that's absolutely gutting for Ice. It was definitely on course for getting a very strong points finish in this race.
We've got Daddy Pig and King Eskimo battling down for P11.
So, Golden Pickle is surely going to have to pit.
Yeah, if not, he's going to risk disqualification, yeah, so...
And he's in now, and I have to say it's not the best call because he is going to lose a lot of positions.
Yep.
Posty takes the lead.
I think he's going to come out maybe P10.
Bulltex on the hard compound tyres, being chased down by Othniel and the Alpha Tauri, who's 2 compounds lighter than him. And then Coop on the medium tyres. So Pickle's now coming out of the pits in P6. He's coming out in P6. So he might be able to recover something, but with only 1 full lap to go, we've got a yellow flag in sector 3.
I think he'll be happy with that work coming out in P6. He's still gained 7 positions from the start. I wasn't sure what he was doing going so long on the mediums, but that seems to have worked out for him. And then position the top 3, Posty, Bulltex King and Oatmeal. Posty's up 13, Bulltex King's up 16 and Oatmeal's up 14. So they have had an epic race here.
I'm quite amazed to see Othniel that high. Oh, and there's a spin! Bulltex!
Oh, just as I said it.
Oh, for goodness, DB Cube is now up into P3. I was just about to say, I find it incredible to see Othniel up there after that free car incident with Chapman, who's now running P16, and Mitch, who's running P14. Othniel got away scot-free there. But, Bulltex, that was really unfortunate, and now he's being chased down. Oh, and Chick Run and Pickle getting a bit intimate with one another with Blanchimont. And Pickle's actually got past Chick Run. And he now smells P4. And he does pull the move on the inside and gets it done.
Yep, nicely done.
That's incredible. 2 positions up after coming out of the pits. probably too far behind DB Coop to get P3, but we'll have to see what the penalty situation is as well.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the penalties now. We've got DB Coop, Golden Pickle, Bull Texkin and Chick Run all got 3 seconds. GT Fanatic with 12, Seb Mail with 9, Mini Daniels with 3, Daddy Pig with 18 seconds and H Chapman with 3 seconds.
Yeah, again, Hosty just showing how it's done, isn't it? Isn't he? He's keeping his nose clean. Half the battle is getting through these races, keeping your nose clean, and if you go with that philosophy, you'll reap the rewards.
Try to keep your wing intact, not get any penalties, and he seems to be doing a good job of that every time he's on track. So I'm just on board with Hosty now as he's just coming into sector 3.
Take a shot every time you see a 3-second time penalty there at the bottom of the screen, folks.
I wouldn't be able to commentate.
So Hosty comes through Blanchimont for the final time into the bus stop chicane, or the renovated bus stop chicane. It's not the old one, but anyway, Hosty crosses the line for his 2nd win of the night.
Yep, awesome job there.
Very ominous performance from Hosty as Othniel picks up 2nd place. Pickle gets the fastest lap but drops to 5th as a result of penalties. So DB Coop gets the final podium. Chick Run gets P4. Bulltex P6, a tremendous drive I think.
Yes,
my pick for driver of the day.
Up 12 positions.
Mini Daniel scoring points for the first time this season, I believe. Another points finish for Butler. Seb Mail on his debut in P9, and GT Fanatic picks up the final point position. Wayne Bennett 11th, Mitch 12th, Bizzle 13th, Eskimo 14th, Daddy Pig, Chapman, the 2 Ferraris who were leading 1 and 2 from almost half this race have ended up in the last 2 positions.
Yeah, I think that deciding not to pit when a safety car came back to bite them in the arse there. But awesome drive from everyone. Not too many incidents out on there. Some exciting stuff again.
Absolutely. Othniel gets driver of the day in the extra championship point, so congratulations to him. As we head to the podium to see Hosty, aka Lord Seacroft, pick up the win.
Yeah,
joined on the podium by Othniel.
He's absolutely killed it tonight, man. Good job. Sort of 2 exciting races, man.
Yeah. And that might be significant for the championship because I think Bizzle picked up points in Australia but did not pick up any points here, so we might see a change in the championship standings heading into the next 2 races.
Yep. That was awesome. I enjoyed that tonight, Scientist. Tier 3 have put on a show again.
Brilliant. Thank you again for joining me in the commentary box. I think we make a pretty good team.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed that. Until next week, no?
Indeed. I can't remember what the races are next week, but stay tuned on YouTube for the next rendition of the Reverse Grid League. Tier 1 and 2 on Friday night and Tier 3 on Sunday nights. So thanks very much, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for watching.